Hello and welcome back to Hubitat Live. My name is Pete Borchers, your host of the show as usual. Good to be back. It's been since January, I believe, since we have done a show. We're going to be talking about the CEDIA Expo we were just at today. We're going to be talking about our 233 update, and we're going to sneak peek a little bit about what's coming up here with Hubitat. So let's bring in the gang. Who's part of the gang today? You're not here? Oh! All right. We got Mike and Brian joining us. Nice shirt, Brian. Yeah, we finally got some swag. It's cut off on the stream. What are you talking? Oh, you can't. Oh, look at that. It didn't quite make it. Lean up high. Sit up higher, and then you can make it. All right. Yeah, we got some shirts. Got some shirts. Finally, Mike has a shirt, but he's not quite cultish enough to wear it on the show today. But good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Glad to be doing a show here again. Let's talk a little bit about CEDIA. Now, for those who don't know, CEDIA is an expo. They can't hear us. What are you talking about? You're right. They can't hear us. Can you hear me? Oh, perfect. Well, they're not important anyways. All right, I'll get you guys here in just one sec. I know it. There we are. How about now? Talk, guys. I think they can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. There we
go. Test. 1, 2, 3. Is we all good now?
Yeah, we're good. They can hear you now.
All right, I think they can hear us now.
I hit a bunch of buttons. Too many buttons. Trying to run the show and talk at the same time. Anyways, CEDIA show. Yeah, it was down in Dallas, Texas this year. It's a show primarily for home technology. A lot of home integrators were at this show, and a lot of manufacturers of home technology were there to show off their goods, including us. This was our first time there at the show, and I had a good time. I thought it was fun to see all the other technology that was there. It was fun to meet a lot of the integrators that were coming to our booth. They were very impressed by our local story, the fact that we're all local. I mean, they're used to a lot of these other companies that do a lot of cool things, but they're not local, and they thought that was very impressive that we can do as much as we do with a local hub. So that was impressive, I think, from their end. And the fact that there were a lot of these installers are doing $50,000, $100,000 installs, and the fact that we can do what we can do with our $100 hub was kind of mind blowing for some of them. So yeah, it was really good to hear some of their feedback and see some of their stuff. What did you guys think of the show?
I thought it was amazing. I was a little bit overwhelmed, to be honest. I mean, being an audio video enthusiast, I mean, it was like eye candy everywhere. It was absolutely insane. I mean, the first thing I saw was over at the LG booth. They had this 135-inch freaking monitor. The thing was unbelievable. Never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
And, it was just as good as OLED, and it was just crazy. So that, I mean, I think I spent about half a day just wandering around with, my tongue hanging out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, it's stuff you don't see really anywhere else. It's kind of cool to be in the industry and see these things firsthand before, they're reaching the shelves or going into $10 million houses that I rarely get to go into myself. So, yeah, Brian, what do you think?
One cool thing I noticed, looks like 800 series is actually going to be the true launch of Z-Wave long range. So I'm pretty excited about that. Seems like all the 800 series devices that are going to be coming out are all long range capable. So yay.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Two of my favorite devices that I saw at the show. One was the auto slide door, which I thought this was really cool. Hopefully we can get integrated at some point. Essentially, this is a door that goes on a sliding door, and it automatically opens and closes the door. And so you can even put an RFID tag on your dog. That's why I want it, because our dog is driving me nuts all day long, wanting to get in and out of the house. And you can put an RFID tag on the dog and put it by the door, and it'll recognize when your dog is there, open the door automatically, and you can stay here being lazy and not getting up and not getting any steps in your life. So that's what I'm looking for in that. My other favorite device that I saw there was this. It was the Vesta board, and you guys remember that? It's just like those old airport or railway station boards. They go right and change the messages, and you can do it with their app. But hopefully someday we'll be able to do it, the same way you can send a message to your phone or via text to speech with the Hubitat. Maybe you could send it to this Vesta board.
I think that was one of the biggest benefits, was being able to talk to everybody in person about their APIs and integrations, and it's get a lot further than being just sending an email to somebody.
Yeah, we got more done in the time that we were there than I think we ever would have done just cold calling some of these people. I mean, we actually had a guy from Comcast come by our booth, and I asked him if he had an API for his STBs, and he said, yeah, we do. And I reached out to him, and I haven't heard back from him. But apparently, we could integrate with Comcast, for better or worse, their set-top boxes, which would be quite cool. And then we also had, the first day that we were there, this was kind of interesting. We basically set up like half a day early or something like that.
Yep.
After we got set up, we're leaving the whole place, and then this engineer from Hunter Douglas basically freaking chased us down on the way out. And he goes, "Oh, you guys are from Hubitat." He already knew about us, and he's the lead software architect for Hunter Douglas, and he goes, "Yeah, I want to get you guys, set ups and using our API and talking to our devices and stuff." So I reached out to him when we got back, and he's going to be sending one of their bridges and one of their test devices. So we'll be integrating with Hunter Douglas blinds and shades here pretty soon. So that gives Hubitat customers another option for blinds and shades, the high-end products, other than released it yet, but they had this whole booth set up, and this shade basically was two pieces to it. So it had a translucent one that came down in the front, and then behind it had another one that was like a blackout function. So that would come down separately. But that particular blackout shade had a reflective surface on the room side of it. And then up in the headrail, they basically had color temperature adjustable lighting. So you could turn the temperature lighting on, and it would like light up the room through these shades. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. So that's a new product that they're going to come out with.
Yeah, and, it really felt like
apparently the Lutron guys kept going in there and showing it. Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
I mean, it really felt like daylight in there, even though there were no windows, no light coming anywhere, just the stage, and it just felt like a daylit room almost. It was pretty cool. Yash Finn asked if we picked up any swag, and I gotta say there was not a ton of swag there. Like, people weren't handing out swag, so not a ton of swag. So disappointed to hear that, but we weren't handing swag out either. So what are you gonna do? But so overall, I thought the show was great. Again, got to meet a lot of people. I got to give a little speech. That was kind of interesting. I do a little stand-up comedy here now and again. So usually I'm used to crowds that are A, paying attention, and B, drunk. So this was two variables that were missing. But got to talk a little bit about Hubitat and what we do and our local message. So that was kind of fun. That was kind of fun to see. And the other thing is, it was good to see you guys too. Like Mike, I met you, and this was the first time I actually got to meet Brian in person. So that was Brian joined us during COVID, and we haven't gotten together since we beat COVID. Did we beat COVID? I don't know if we beat COVID, but yeah, we had not met in person.
For the most part.
So that was a lot of fun. And actually, on the last day, I'm going to share this. The last day, the show ended at like 3:00, right? And we packed up and left pretty quick. So we took a trip to the State Fair, and I'm showing a picture of the State Fair, Brian. You can't see it, but yeah, we got to see.
Oh, no.
We got to see big Tex and anyway. So that was a good time. So I guess that's it for our CEDIA roundup, and I just glad we were able to share with that. And yeah, I thought it was pretty productive, and hopefully we'll go back next year, which is actually in Denver next year. So that might be a little, in my opinion, more enticing than Dallas. But maybe they have a state fair there too, huh, Brian?
No more state fairs.
No more state fairs. All right, so let's move on here. Let's just talk a little bit about 2.3.3, the latest release of 233. We put out a little video, and of course you've read the release notes with that, but I just want to cover a couple things. First of all, a lot of new devices were added in 233. If I pull up my little graphic here. So we got devices from Yale, Aotalk, Quickset, Ecolink, Jasco, Aurora, Zeus, and Frent and Wiz. Frent is a European company. I've talked with them a little bit. They got some very cool devices, and I think that's going to be big for our European customers out there. So, Mike, you had a little experience with those, right?
Yeah, apparently they're going to start selling them in the U.S. I don't have a specific timeline on it, but they are going to try to sell them in the United States too.
Yeah, that'll be
good.
I mean, they're very solid devices, and they fit a need. So I think that's exciting. And personally, the Wiz lights. I've been playing with the Wiz lights here at my house. That's a weird thing to say, Wiz. But I've been getting a little obsessed with their rope lights here. So I'll show that a little bit at the end of the show. But the Wiz integration works very well. The Wiz devices they're Wi-Fi devices. They're more affordable than your Zigbee and Z-Wave devices, but so far for me, they've worked pretty well, and they're speedy, and hopefully they don't gunk up my Wi-Fi network having too many of them. But so far I've been overall impressed with those. So a couple things I want to point out here with 233 also is that we made some big changes to Rule Machine and to the thermostat apps, and I just want to kind of go over show a little bit about that. We didn't go too much in depth in the video about that, but I'm going to share my screen here quickly. If that works. All right, so so we made some changes to thermostat, controllers and schedulers, and Rule Machine and Mode Manager, and we added a lot of tables, and I'll just kind of show you in let's go to the thermostat scheduler app here. So it's just the way they do it now. We have it now is a lot more intuitive than it used to be. As you can see, this is how you set things manually right here. You just click and you can set your set points to whatever you want right there. But the cool thing about it is the scheduling obviously is what more people are more interested in. And it's very easy to do. Very visual right here. So you can select what days, if you want everything the same, then it's just going to be that. But if you have separate days for, Sunday and Friday, your weekends are different. You can set things easily, and then it's just this graph right here, right? So you set your time, set your, your set points for heat and cool, and all that. You just go through the line there, and you can set your fan mode, whether you want it to be auto, circulate, on, and you can set your mode as whether it's auto or heat, cool, or auto. And I like to keep things at auto. So all you gotta do is just go through this for your modes, and you're done. And it's just anytime you come back here, it's just very visual. You can see it right away, and I think it's pretty easy for anybody to really pick up and do that. And the same thing with Rule Machine. Show this right here. So Rule Machine, this is a rule I made in our Halloween video that just came out recently on YouTube. Check that out. It shows you how to create a Halloween automation where someone comes to your front door, and a motion sensor is going to pick that up, and it's going to change the lights purple and play a spooky Halloween sound. So I built this in Rule Machine, and the changes in Rule Machine that I want to highlight here are in the actions section here. All right, so when you are creating your actions, it sets it all out in this nice table right here. I really like this. I think this is a lot easier to understand as you're building your rule, and it's a lot easier to make changes to your rule as well. So like if I want to, let's say I wanted to add another action with this, right? So when our trigger hits, which was on the other screen, I want to add another action. I just hit a plus sign here, and let's say I want to turn another bulb on or set a different bulb, right? So I'll set my set color to a different bulb, my middle garage bulb. We'll set it to Halloween orange. Set it at 100%, and we'll be done with that action. And then it adds it right here. Now let's say it puts it at the bottom, but I don't want it to be at the bottom because this all happens. The colors are setting before this wait event. So all I got to do to reorganize it is I just got to hit these arrow buttons right here and just move it up to where I want it to be. And it's just super intuitive way of doing it. And anytime I want to edit something, let's say I didn't like this one is purple, I can just go in, click on it, and go make whatever change I want here, right? I can change the color, whatever. So again, I think it's a nice change to Rule Machine, and I think it's made it a lot easier for me to understand. I think a lot of people will find that easier to understand as well. I do want to add one more thing for the Sonos speaker that I mentioned in the video that we let out earlier. So I showed how you can play a track that's placed on your computer, or on the hub. Sorry, we added it to the hub. You can also do this with any track that's online somewhere. I added the hub, I added the track to my hub because it made it local. But if you want to find an app or a song that's somewhere online, all you do is just add the website right here, and it'll go find it and play it as long as you're connected to the internet. So it's very versatile in that respect, and just another fun way to play with your Sonos speaker there. So I'm gonna cancel that editing action there. So yeah, so that's really what I wanted to show with our changes to the apps there. Mike, did you have any other features you wanted to highlight here in the 233?
No, actually. I mean, most of it was updates that Bruce did to Rule Machine and various other apps, and it's been pretty quiet on our side of the house.
So, Mike, yeah, I mean, good job with adding of the devices and everything. I thought those were great. Again, I'm starting to use those as well, and thanks to Brian for getting the Z-Wave stuff out there. So as long as we're so that's 233. I think that's pretty exciting. I want to show one additional thing that I learned in Rule Machine that you can do that I think is pretty cool, not related to 233, but it's with the Whiz lights that you just added. Whiz lights have scenes that you can control in the app. So instead of just saying it's red or orange or whatever, you can select the ocean scene, right, where it kind of changes from different blues slowly, and it's kind of fun. And you can actually trigger that in Rule Machine, which is kind of fun. You don't have to just select the color. You can actually trigger this in Rule Machine. This is a little more advanced, but I thought it was really interesting, and I'm using it, so I just want to show off what we got here. So I'll just share my screen again and show you how to do that if you want. And this is available in the Wiz integration. Do you guys know of any other integrations that allow you to set the scene that we have? I know it's not working for LifeX. They don't have that in their API. Do you guys know any others?
Yeah, Nanoleaf Auroras have scenes that you can select with.
Okay, awesome. And it's available through the API?
LifeX scenes are only available through the Cloud API, not their LAN API.
Right. So
and since we implemented Cloud LAN API, we don't have access to that.
All the Nanoleaf stuff is local, and
cool. So hopefully this same method will work for the Nanoleafs. I just know they work for the Whiz lights, so I'm gonna just demonstrate that for everybody right here real quick. So let's go to a new Rule Machine app. So I'm gonna open up Rule Machine, and this is just to set a scene again with a Whiz light or another light that has scenes rather than just selecting colors. So we'll create a new rule and say Whiz scene. We can set whatever trigger event we want, but this is really an action that we're trying to set. So don't worry about the trigger event. So the action we want to do is to have it change to a scene. So this is going to be a run a custom action. And again, selecting here, we're going to run custom action. And the capability of the device, this is for a bulb, just select a dimmer. All right, just select a dimmer for that. And then the dimmer to act on, this is our bulb right there. So update right that's our Whiz bulb right there. And then for the command, we are going to set a scene. Right here, you select set scene. The parameter type is going to be a string. And then the string value, you got to type in one of the scenes that are available. I think I have it selected here. So here is the bulb here. This is the bulb detail page. So just go down here, set scene right here, And these are the available scenes that you can select. So if you just type in whatever one of these you want, so I can just type in, let's type in romance. That sounds fun. So yeah, I just type in romance, and I'm done with that action. And then that's all I really want to do with that. So that's how you create that as an action to set a bulb with a scene. And then again, the trigger point, you can do whatever you want. But thanks to Robert for that. He showed me how to do that little trick. And also, the other thing, we got a new documentation page, and Robert really helped us out with that.
Yep.
I can show that. Where did that go? Did I lose it somewhere? I had it pulled up. Anyway, it says docs2.hubitat.com, and just pull that up. 2.hubitat. There we go. docs2.hubitat.com. It's just a lot more intuitive. He did a lot of work, and it looks a lot better than it was before. So please check that out if you can. And also, we made some updates to the compatible devices page, linked right here in the documentation. You can easily search now for whatever you want. Like if you want a bulb or whatever, search for bulb, and it'll pull up all the bulbs. And yeah, there you go. Sortable by whatever you want. And I don't know if everybody knows this either, but we have instructions for how to add and remove these devices too. So if you just click on the instructions, you can find instructions for things you want to add. So that's just, I think this is a lot more robust than a lot of people know. So I just wanted people to find out about that. So.
Hey, there was a comment about somebody not wanting to rely on any Wi-Fi bulbs. I would actually like to point out that I'm actually exclusively on Wi-Fi bulbs now, my entire home on LifeX.
Yeah.
Using the local API, and it's working great for me. Things are crazy fast. They never miss any commands. It's working great. I haven't experienced playing with Wiz, but LifeX has been working great for me.
Yeah, I've got 3 LifeX bulbs out. I actually got 5 LifeX bulbs, I think, in the house. I haven't had any issues with them, and the Wiz bulbs are doing well too. The only thing I'll point out about the Wiz bulbs, which is interesting, and it's not a Hubitat thing, is that their colors are just like a little bit off. They have good colors, but like even if you're using the Wiz app and you select like orange, it's gonna be like not quite orange, it'll be yellow. You kind of gotta move the slider a little bit towards the green to get the orange color.
Hey, Pete.
Yeah.
Pete.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for.
Well, there's that.
I mean, come on.
They are half the price. Right. You're right. They're half the price.
Yeah,
so.
there's a reason Philips Hue bulbs cost what they do.
Yeah, so you gotta fiddle with a little bit of nonsense, but you can get, what I'm saying is you can get the color you want. You just you can't necessarily rely on it just being the standard green or whatever. It's just a little bit off. But overall, I've been pleased with them, and they're helpful, especially for a lot of new people trying to learn about the system. But the next Hubitat Hub Whisper video I'm doing is going to be very detailed on room lighting. And what I did is I have added, or I'm in the process of adding, Wiz strip lights into my bookshelves. And my wife was out of town last weekend, so I painted the bookshelves. And that was a terrible idea because, oh my gosh, I was up till 2 in the morning, like every night. But I just want to show you. So we're going from a bookshelf here. That was our old bookshelf. And we got it all nice and white there. So we painted the bookshelves white. And that is a project, you guys. Like, they don't, like, it's, oh my gosh. Like, I had like a 1/4 inch thick dust in my house after you had to put this grain filler. You had to put grain filler in the old wood to make it smooth, and then you sand it down. And it was a disaster. But yeah, we made it. I don't recommend it. Hire somebody next time, but you do what you can. But we're adding. So in the upcoming video, I'm gonna show you how to install the strip lights, and it work for Wiz lights or other strip lights, and then how to automate them with room lighting to combine with the rest of the lights in your room to create different scenes, and using button controllers and different things like that. So look forward to that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So the last thing
on this project, you're actually using Wiz, right?
Yes, I am using the Wiz strip lights for this project, and like I said, they look really good. So the picture I just showed you guys, obviously they weren't installed. They were just kind of loosely put up there, but they're bright and they work and they're responsive. So I've actually gotten pretty my kids have gotten really into the strip lights now that I showed them the capabilities, and they want to put them everywhere. We were playing around. I put one under the piano. Let me show this video clip for the people here. And I think it's pretty cool. My wife thinks it's a little bit overkill. But look at that. It's right. You get that glow under the piano. The piano lights automatically with a motion sensor. I mean, who doesn't want that, right? It's glorious.
It's excellent, Pete. It's excellent.
I think it's anyways, if you have ideas for strip lights, I want to put them all over the house. I'd love to see in the comments what you guys are doing with strip lights and what you'd like to see from us. Ooh, put a trigger on the sustain pedal to change the scenes.
Pete, I use strip lights all over my house, actually.
That's a good idea.
Under cabinets and over the cabinets and a whole bunch of places.
So how would I put a trigger on the sustain pedal? Would that be an open-close sensor, you think?
Contact sensor.
Contact sensor? Yeah. Okay.
That would work.
That would work. Here's the only rule I have my wife has. It's her piano, right? It's her piano. It's her baby. Like, I can't physically attach anything permanent to the piano.
Aren't the pedal metal?
The pedal's metal. Yeah, but it's connected to the wood.
Right. So you put the magnet on the pedal, and then you tape the contact sensor to the floor.
Oh, on the floor. Yes.
Yeah. So now you haven't messed with it. That'll work, right?
This is gonna work. I like this. I like this a lot. Oh yeah. All right. Perfect. So yeah, we're going nuts with the LED lights and things, and yeah. So I'm excited about that. And thank you for that. Who was that? That was that was Jamie. Jamie said that. Thank you, Jamie, for cluing in and letting us hear about that. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to share regarding upcoming with our videos coming out. And the last thing I want to announce to you guys, if you guys happen to be in Las Vegas, say in the beginning of January, where should they go? Go to the Bellagio after you visit us. We're going to be at CES, guys. We're going to be at CES. This is our first time at CES, so we're excited about that. So come check it out. We'll have the three of us will be there, and maybe some more guys from the team as well. So come say hello.
I would like to add something before we leave.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun stuff coming. So anybody who is not in the beta program should really join the beta program.
Yes.
It's open the beta program. Join.
And
There's stuff coming.
Don't just join. Help out too. Like if you're gonna get the beta, like let us know what's going on with the beta. Don't just join beta and then give us the feedback. That's what we're looking for. Right.
There is a little bit of work involved. There should be a little bit of work involved.
I mean, I know what's coming.
That helps us make a better product for all of you.
Yes, indeed. So, and by the way, I forgot to mention this because I couldn't get his video to work. I met this really cool guy at CEDIA. So we love to meet our fans. So come to CES, say hello. I met this awesome guy at CEDIA. He's a big Hubitat fan, and he has a boat. He has a boat, and he came up to me, and we had this nice conversation. Awesome guy. His name is Joe, and he showed me. He's like, "Oh, I got a boat," and I totally automated it with Hubitat. And I'm thinking, like, what do you do with a boat on? I'm the land of 10,000 lakes, right, Minnesota, but we have like fishing boats, right? He's not talking about a boat. He's like a yacht. He's got a freaking yacht that he has totally decked out with automated with Hubitat. He's got motion sensors all over the place. The lights going on. Even like at the slip, the dock is automated with Hubitat to let him know if people are, coming and messing with his boat or everything. Like, it's very, very cool. It's very, very cool. And I don't know if there's people out there that like want to automate their boat. Maybe there's a market for that. Like, we should maybe start a thread in the community or something. Anyways, make a comment like, I want to automate my boat, or I want to help other people automate their boats. Let me know, and we'll get that started. Because Joe like I said, Joe is awesome, and he wants to help people do this if they're interested in that. So he gave me a whole write up about it, and I'm happy to share with anybody that wants to learn about automating their boat. I just thought that was super cool. So thanks, Joe. Joe.
I would actually like to see that myself, Pete. I mean, I know that there's folks out there. We've got a few folks in the community that have done that with their, with their coaches, right? Their motorhomes, but I've never heard of that with a boat. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was super. So he sent me this video, and maybe I'll try to get it next time. It was sideways. I got to get it flipped, and I didn't. I ran out of time here before I forgot I had to flip it.
But I mean, seriously, what can't you automate? You can automate.
Right. Right. Especially if you have a boat that's big enough to, have internet access and things like that. Not that you need internet access the whole time, but like.
You don't need internet access.
No, but he's using it as remote. He uses remote admin and stuff to alert him and stuff. So he's got all that. Yeah, you don't need internet access to have it automated, but if you want to get the alerts and things from it, then that's what we're. Yeah. So, anyways, very cool. Thank you. Yeah. Anything else, guys? We're at time here, guys. Do we have any comments that needed to be addressed? No, we're not going to go to the annual Adult Video Awards. That is not. So, all right. With that, all right. Favorite Halloween candy, and then we'll go. What's your favorite, Mike? What was your favorite Halloween candy?
What?
It's Halloween. Halloween's in 2 days. We gotta get ready. What's your favorite Halloween candy?
Dude, I live in the desert. We don't hand out Heath bars. Yeah.
Were you not a kid? You Heath bar. You 85?
No, the little Heath. Little Heath. Yeah.
Brian, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
It's probably going to be a controversial one, but candy corn.
Oh, that's so harsh. Oh my God.
Is it too late?
Oh my God.
He's on our team, isn't he? Oh man.
Yeah.
I know. The only thing worse than that are those stupid little mushrooms they pass, or those little
yeah, I hear you. All right, I'm still a classic Snickers guy, but anyone that gives out. Well, anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. We will have more of these. We'll have another one before the end of the year, I promise. And again, we're going to CES, so come visit us at CES. It's gonna be great. So we will see you all later.